Hi folks, back to watercolours for this one. I'll wet the paper all over. I want to do try to do a watercolour version of the salt marsh I did a couple of days ago in oil. But I'll change it quite considerably. I'll make it into a different painting entirely. This is the Saunders Waterford £90 cold press. It's a little bit too smooth for me, but a super paper, and it's only £90, and you can see that the paper's starting to buckle up a little bit now as you wet it, and then we just re-clip it 2 or 3 times and it stays perfectly flat. Right, so a bit of a shadow, quite a low horizon for this one. Salt marsh. Okay, let's have a little bit of blue. Oh damn. Sorry, I'm going to have to move my camera. The stand is catching my feet. Let's just come up a little bit. No, there we are. Right, okay. Just re-clip the paper. While it's wet, you can do a lot with it. It's when the shine starts to go off the paper, it gets very critical. So I'll just take off some of that moisture at the bottom. Now I'll put in a bit of Payne's grey, I think, and a bit of alizarin crimson. Really light cloud. Get that nice shadow under that cloud. That will dry much lighter, but that's fine. That's all we need. Okay, I'm going to dry that now. Let me hair dry. Using a bit of toweling here but it's very thin, worn out. It's okay for oil, but it's no rubbish for watercolour. You need something that has got a bit of tooth to it. Right, here we go. There's a lot of salt marsh on the southeast coast of the UK, going between Portsmouth and and almost into Eastbourne. Not as far east as Eastbourne, but ending with the Witterings, East and West Wittering, where the photograph that I use as a reference is near Chichester, about 7 or 8 miles south of Chichester. and the whole area, it's called Chichester Harbour, but the harbour is a whacking great inlet covering many miles of inlets and yachts and actually breathtakingly beautiful. So I want the tide to be more or less in on this one. So, hold on. I'm just enlarging the version I did. I do work for my own material. Right now I'm going to use where are they? A script brush. My script brushes. Oh, I've lost them. Where have they gone? Oh, here they are. Just a word about these. That's the original one, the one that I've used for years, but it's starting to sort of get a bit worn out. But it's still a lovely brush. So I'll put that to one side. And these are the three I bought on eBay for £4.50. Oh, three different sizes. Oops. They're really good. So I'll just put the caps there. I'll use the medium one. It's still damp. Right, okay, let's give it a bit of a wet. Horizon, well, we're going to have to be careful. I'm going to draw a horizon very, very gently, if I can find a pencil, in the melee. Hold on. Then I can do my distant trees in a sort of a bluey grey. Let's go across about there. If you've got a nice painting and you end up the horizon not horizontal, you can always tilt the thing in the mount. That's what I do. Right, put my earphones back in. Cup of tea. I usually forget to drink my tea. I'll just give the paper another bit of a quick reclip. I mean, look at that! What a superb paper. None of this pre-stretching, but I'm staying with this paper. But I want the rough version. My next purchase. I get 40 sheets of the rough. It's about £12–13 a packet for 20 sheets. So, but things have gone up because of COVID, but I don't see why art materials should be inflating, because we've been painting all through the pandemic, haven't we? So we've been buying material all through the pandemic. Right, okay, so here we go. Let's get a nice bit of blue, bit of Payne's grey, but plenty of quite dilute. So I'm assuming that the tie comes in from this side, so we'll have a bit too wet. That's why they're called script brushes. We're looking towards Chidham. I'm making this up though. It's just based on an area, based on a particular good, beautiful piece of southern England, southeast England, going on towards Fairlight and Romney Marshes and Hastings. And as we go, so look, I have all this water. Sorry, my head's in the way. So now we'll start getting a bit larger. And I'm going to put a line of bushes and stuff in front of these so that I can count and change. The problem is that paper's still wet. So if this is a bit rougher, it would dry brush a bit better. But this is all going to be indistinct. Right, okay. I will use the hake in a minute, but I just want to get this bit of illusion of detail. Now, in front of that, we'll have a bit of a darker greeny colour, bit of burnt sienna, bit of yellow. So let's just. Oh, that's too weak. Needs to be much thicker than that. Let's warm up a little bit. Right. So that I can put a bit of a sandy or field between a river inlet or high tide, showing the salt marsh. This one could take quite a bit of time. I'll try and do it within the hour before my camcorder switches into a new video. So a little bit of water on there. Just using the edge of this brush. Coming into the land side. Just an impression. You can tell when I get bored, can't you? I speed up. Not bored with the painting, but this, the rod I've made for my back. Okay, so let's just have a bit larger one there. Okay, right, that's the end of that. onto the back onto the hake. So we want a bit of light there. Underneath that, so just a bit of pale, so a bit of yellow, a bit of red, a bit of sienna, a bit of yellow. So I'll go a little bit of sparkle for the marsh. And we want a bit of a bank there. Well, a bit darker there, a bit of a so you've got the usual stuff you've got on a shadow of a salt marsh. Okay. Right. Now we want some greener stuff. We've had a very windy time. It's a lovely day, but with some cloud, but going across the gale, force winds have died down a bit. Right, I'm going to use conjunction with the script brush. Want some dark green. Make it a bit of Payne's grey. I'll put a bit of shadow in that when that's dry. Just creating an illusion of depth and stuff. Okay, now we want to get some salt marsh in there now and there. So let's have a bit of burnt sienna. Leave a little bit of sparkle. And we can put in a bit of shadow, just the red and the blue. Put a couple of little bushes in there, I think. Right, I'm going to dry that. Oh, tea, forgot my tea. Okay, I'm going to dry that. We're not in a rush, are we, folks? Right, headphones off, mute your sound now. Right, so let's get some nice bit of green in there now. Bit of blue. Bit of ochre, yeah, red, raw sienna. Now we're going to put a bit of texture in there. I'm going to go back to my script brush. Brighter green than that. Right, I should have dried that. I thought I had. Right, headphones. Okay, now fairly dry. Let's try and change the brush to the large one. I'm just having practice with these lovely brushes, really. Now I'm going to put a row of hedge, or like a mound, just a bit of slightly higher ground. Let's pull out the loose hairs. bit of a warmer colour in here. Right, before I might put a bit more dark in there. I'm going to just do a bit of dry brush over that water. It's just a little bit insipid, so just a little bit of Payne's Grey and alizarin, very weak. Right, got a bit of sienna in there. Okay, right, dry, because I'm going to put a bit of a bush there. Okay, and I'll put a bush in here somewhere just for coming out of that lot. Right, okay, so green, let's have green, so the green. So there's a real difficulty of dry brushing. Let's have a further way. Let's alright, let's have a bit of a that made me jump. Okay, that's we put our birds in. I like the sky. Alright, let's put it in the mount and we'll have a look at it. It's a bit muddy, but I haven't done a watercolour for a week, have I? But it's totally original. Nobody's ever done this before. Oh, there we are. So, raise you up. There we are, nice sky. Maybe just a little bit of justification for this mess here. Merge that a little bit. Okay, right, we'll let that go. I'll get that uploaded. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll photograph all this, just chill them out. If your horizon isn't horizontal, just chill them out a bit. See you soon. Bye bye.